Grant. Welcome back to another episode of In the Green Bets. Grant and Justin here. Coming off of a pretty boring tournament, if we're being honest, with a pretty bad field. John Deere, kind of our local tournament, unfortunately, but JT Poston, when JT Poston gets hot, it's a wrap. I mean, that dude, he just gets like crazy hot.
It sucks because we definitely would have bet him, but his number was bad. And he ended up going wire to wire, so it's like whatever. I don't know. I'm more so looking forward. We got Corn Ferry in the area next weekend, so
yeah,
we will touch on that if we want to throw a couple darts or something. But margin screwed me at the end. JT won by 3. I actually did pretty good though. I think I had 3 or 4 top 30s hit, which was really nice. Unfortunately, just was never going to bet Poston at the number he was at.
Yeah. And what was he at, like 40?
Yeah, it was like, I think it was at 30 towards the end, but yeah.
Yikes.
No bueno.
Yeah, stall ball came through for you though with a good finish for the one and done.
Yeah, Stallings, I think he got T4. I think he won me like $300K. Unfortunately, guys getting in the top 5 doesn't really help me anymore. I'm just like, I need millions and not hundreds of thousands.
So. Yeah, I'm down to 42nd. I need 2 good weeks here. Scottish is a pretty decent sized purse.
Yeah.
And obviously the Open. And then it's in home stretch here a bit. So time to make some hay in terms of one and done. Unfortunately, yeah. Webb missed the cut for me. He got some bad breaks from what I saw, but he wasn't close anyway. So
I don't have a lot of – I'd be interested to see what your one and done thoughts are. I don't have a ton of guys left in this field, unfortunately. So I need to be pretty we'll get into that later.
Yeah, I've got some guys. Let's just say that. I've got some guys. Scottish Open, though, this week. This is the first year that this is like a sanctioned PGA Tour event. It's an elevated event, so that means Barbasol is at Barbasol this week opposite it in Kentucky. We're not going to talk about Barbasol, I don't think, unless you have something you want. But
I want you to guess the favorite.
Be somebody that played good last week. Be like Sahith Theegala.
Mark Hubbard at 16.
Mark Hubbard is favored to win a PGA Tour event?
Yeah, 16-1.
Who else is in the teens?
Goddard up is 18, which is crazy.
Oh, my God. I'd rather bet Goddard up than Hubbard, though. At least he has some upside.
Svensson at 25, Streelman at 22, John Hutt at 28, Pendrith at 28, and Hadley at 30. Hadley, I kind of like that, actually. He played it well again last week.
Do not bet that tournament.
Mark Hubbard at 16 is the craziest thing I've seen.
How did they decide Mark Hubbard should be favored? Has he been playing like good and I just haven't paid attention, or what?
Oh, maybe his brother went in and put a big wager on him to win.
Maybe he has some course form that obviously we wouldn't know about from Barbasol, but
that's it.
No, Scottish Open field, super good.
Really good.
It's a good tune-up for these guys. Now, Renaissance Club and St. Andrews are not really similar in any way, shape, or form, other than the fact that they're in the same time zone. But it's nice for guys to go across the pond, get used to the weather, get used to the time change. It's been at the Renaissance Club for 3 years. Humongous greens, can delve into a bit of a putting contest if the wind doesn't blow. We've seen 3 Euro guys win. The fields have been kind of getting better the last couple of years. Like the field was good last year for sure. Decent the year before. I couldn't tell you what it was in 18 or 19, whatever year that was. But Minwoo Lee, Burned, and
Rye.
And Aaron Rye have won the last 3. So I am probably still going to trend and take a few Euro guys that this is just kind of a normal week for them. They're not necessarily spending all their thoughts gearing up for next week, but obviously when the field's this good, there's a good chance the winner's coming from the top.
Yeah, I agree there, but I also put a little bit of weight into guys who played well at the Open last year. I kind of like that. Not that it's not that it's obviously one and the same, but I do like kind of a little bit of a history of playing well over here. So I think we can kind of get a nice mix of those, because some of those horses up at the top, unfortunately, if they play well, they're gonna beat some of these Euro guys.
Yeah, that's a fact. Well, let's look at some odds because there's a lot of ways you can go this week, I think, and it's hard to. It's a different week because we don't get to see guys across the pond all that often. So A, they don't have a lot of experience for the most part, and B, we don't know whose game necessarily fits it. So I do think Rom being the favorite makes sense. Same with obviously Scheffler, JT have been playing fucking unbelievable. Xander just won the JP McManus. That was at Adair Manor. Adair Manor is nothing kind of like this. Adair Manor is like the Augusta of over there. It's just perfectly manicured for just strictly rich folks. So not sure it's like, I mean, I'm sure Renaissance Club is super nice, but I think this is like, I don't know. I like that the fact that a lot of our USA guys got to see it in kind of tournament conditions before the next Ryder Cup, because it's not hosting the next Ryder Cup, but it's hosting a Ryder Cup like in 2026 or whatever. Anyways, back to Scottish. I don't think I would start my card till honestly Zalatoris at 25. You could talk me into Morikawa at 28, although he's just not been playing very good.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously good U.S. Open run, but besides that, it ain't been very good.
I really didn't love anybody in here. I think my first thought was maybe Cam Smith, but then the more I looked into it, I didn't like it. I agree with you. Maybe Zalatoris at 25 is probably the start. Spieth has been sucking me in lately, and him at 30 is kind of attractive to me. But at the same time, he also hasn't been playing that well. So I don't really think any of these numbers are great.
Doesn't look like FanDuel has odds. All I see is Barbasol. Streelman's the favorite on their website, just for what that's worth. It's really weird. Oh, maybe here it is.
You know what? I actually do like Spieth at 30. I'm gonna start there. Spieth.
I don't hate it. He's obviously has a track record on link style courses. This is not exactly a link style course, considering it's tree lined with ginormous screens and. But no, I don't hate Spieth at all. I don't mind Morikawa just because he has like some serious ass win equity when it comes to big events.
Yeah.
I'll probably take one of Zalatoris and Morikawa and Spieth, and then start trickling down the board a bit. Honestly, I would probably come down to Fleetwood, Hatton, Fox group. I know Fox is priced kind of bad considering the field, but that dude's been on absolute fire. His finishes recently: 2nd, 3rd, MC, 2nd, 54th, 2nd, 8th, 9th. Like, the dude's been on fire. Has a 4th at Scottish in the past. He's been super, super good. I think I saw him at. I think he was a bit better than 45 somewhere else, but. Either way, he will probably make the card. He's going to be on everybody's card. I'm sure he opened at like fucking 60 and we've missed it. But him and Herbert both have been playing good and are good fits for here. So in terms of Euro guys, Fleetwood, Fox, and Herbert would be the three that I'm for sure looking at here in this mid-range.
Yeah, similar range, just a little off the Euro. Homa at 60, I think, is going to make my card. He was really high in my model. I think he was 3rd because his approach play and ball striking have just been absolutely on fire. He's made every cut since January 30th with a win at Wells Fargo, with a top 5 at the Memorial, a top 15 at the PGA, made the cut at the U.S. Open. I think Homa is another one of those guys who I would be pretty confident in if things get a little windy. And I just like the number at 60. It's, his ball striking is up there with some of the best ones on the field.
My only concern with Homa is I don't know if we've ever seen him in Europe, link style course at all. So I can't really tell you what to expect as far as that goes. But
he got 40th at the Open last year.
So not terrible. That was one of the easiest Opens we've had, but this course is pretty easy too. So maybe there is a little bit of corollary there. I'm not scared off by him. I actually like Billy at 60 also. He won BMW PGA a couple years ago. He's played well across the pond. Had a good season so far this year. And if it's going to be a putting contest, I'll take Billy in a putting contest. I know sometimes he doesn't win for me, but he popped 8th in my model. I don't mind Horschel, especially at 60.
Yeah, Billy was 6th in my model, so I'm right there with you. I'm going to probably add that also. He's about top 25 in every single category across the board, including putting, which I like. And he's had a pretty sneaky good year. I know he did end up getting that win, so that kind of pushed him forward a little more. But before that, he had a handful of top 10s, a bunch of top.
Yeah, he was playing really, really good.
He pretty much made it all the way up until May 29th. He hadn't missed a cut since 6/20 of 21. So that's almost a full calendar year. That's off by 20 days, a full calendar year of not missing a cut. And just like we said, playing well over here, putting contest. It's kind of a good number. I think I like this range because we've seen, even though the fields have been weaker, we've seen some guys down the leaderboard compete here for sure.
Yeah, Bobby Mack at 75 has 2 back-to-back top 20s at this tournament and has a top 20 his last start out. His form hasn't been great besides that, but he's kind of trending the right way. Aaron Wright, he has a 9th and a 1st here, and he just finished top 10 last week. I don't know that I'm taking him to win, but he's definitely in consideration for the 20s and 30s and things like that.
Yeah.
He's playing really, really good golf. So
it's just hard. There's just not a lot of options with that Euro kind of. It's just all the guys that just have that immediate course history, which I understand, but at the same time, it just seems as if we're getting pressured into one little group.
Yeah, well, that kind of is what it is. I'm kind of out down here. Noren has played good this season, but I just never bet him because I can't ever get him right. Kirk's been playing super, super good. I don't know what his Euro form is. He never played this event, but he's got 3 top 15s his last 4 starts.
So I did tee to green with moderate and windy, like really windy strokes gained, and Kirk was 3rd behind JT and Rahm for windy conditions. If that tells you anything, maybe that Kirk number is a little bit just in case things get a little wonky.
He's a flusher, but he can't putt at all.
Keegan, Mito, Willie's, all the guys that kind of fit that bill.
Keegan would make sense. I mean, somehow he's top 15 in putting over the last 24 rounds. I imagine that's a fluke. One big outlier at Wells Fargo, but he has gained. He's playing some nice golf recently. I definitely think Keegan is worth a look in the 20s. I'm not betting Keegan to win. He does not win.
Yeah, I unfortunately kind of like a matchup against him this week, but I do agree there. So maybe you'll talk me out of it.
Down the board, I'm fine with missing out on basically all these other guys. I have no idea how Højgaard's been playing, but he's won on the Euro Tour multiple times. Super talented young guy. Wouldn't shock me if he showed up.
I'm staying away from here, just for the record. I'm not going there. Although Deci was in a playoff in this event.
This is more for 20s and 30s and stuff like that. But
let's look up European. Let's look up Deci's recent finishes. Is Thomas Peters in the event?
No. Nope.
Last 5 performances: T58, T15 at BMW, T29 at a European, T66, and T105. So he hasn't been playing that well. I'm not sure that matters even. That playoff.
If you look at prior winners' form here, it's not been that stellar. But this tournament, I feel like beyond the fact that it's a Euro event for the most part, we don't have a lot of information on these guys. Is that if it is just a kind of a putting contest, those are hard as hell to predict, anyways.
Yeah.
So we can see a lot
that I do like is which is going completely against the putting contest, but Corey Connors at 2-1. He was modeled out pretty well outside of his around the green numbers. He was really good. Top 10 in strokes gained par 4, which I like. Opportunities gained, he's way up there. He's been playing pretty decent golf. He missed the cut at the U.S. Open, but before that had 2 top 15s, one Memorial, one RBC, where he gained 4.7 on the greens, which is pretty rare for old Corey Connors. And then if you look at last year's Open, he got top 15 at the Open last year. So I don't mind Corey Connors at 2-1 for top 20 if you're looking a little bit down the board.
So some 20s. I don't mind Hatton. I don't mind Fleetwood. Obviously, I've already mentioned Fox and Bradley, Horschel. Some of the guys I've already mentioned. They're all 2-1 or higher. If you want to go down farther, Bobby Mack at 280.
Mito at 2. Nice too. I like that.
Chris Kirk at 320. I mean, he's just been playing really good. Brandon Grace just won the live event for whatever that's worth. He's 4-1. I mean, he's been good before, so I mean, he beat a decent field in live, but I don't know. Did you see how they paired the live guys?
They paired them in this event together?
Yeah, so there's like 4 Euro guys that got in that the DP World Tour like let in, and they paired them, put them in twosomes off first. They tee off at like 7:15 a.m. in twosomes.
Good for them.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
Yeah,
it's like Poulter and Brandon Grace go off like first fucking thing Thursday morning. That's the other thing we haven't mentioned is the time. It's going to be a bitch. They're going to tee off like at midnight here, I think, or 1 a.m. here, something like that. We'll get 2 weeks of that. So,
how do we feel about Mito? I kind of like that 280 top 20. Let's look at Mito.
Miscut his last 2 starts. Obviously very good before that. I'll probably stay away. Not having seen him play anywhere but the United States, I'm probably going to be out on him for this week.
Okay.
Especially off of missed cuts. Keith Mitchell's quietly been playing 3 straight top 20s. He's kind of streaky. I wouldn't. I mean, you could do way worse than trying to ride him getting hot. You know, he can get hot with the putter, and he can really take advantage of the course with his length. But we'll see on him for sure.
How do you say this guy's last name? Arnaus?
Adri Arnaus.
Yeah, Arnaus.
I think
so he is 550 for a top 20, probably more of a 30 guy, but he just got a win.
Like 8 weeks ago.
Yeah, not very long ago, and then got top 16. He was top 30 at the PGA Championship also. He's another guy I think you can find some value in a top 30 for if you want to take some guys across the pond. He
has a top 30 of this event before. Matt Wallace, he missed cut last week, but before that, 4 straight cuts, 3 of them top 35s. He has 3 straight top 30s the last 3 years at this event. So this course, he must like this course a bit. So he's way down the board also.
Those are 2 guys we can find some value in.
Padraig Harrington, I mean, I know he's 100 years old, but he just won the senior PGA. He finished 30th last week at Irish Open, and he has 18th and 9th the last 2 years in this event. So top 30 guy. Same with John Catlin. He's a Euro journeyman guy from the U.S. He's got 3 straight top 25s, including 4th last week. 2 MCs at this event, though, so that may steer me away from him, but at least riding some good form.
How about matchups? Why does Rivers have Mito's name as not Mito? What in the world?
Guillermo. His first name is actually Guillermo.
Right, the one they just put Mito.
I don't know.
Maybe think it's some other Euro guy.
Yeah. You probably like Homa over Bradley. I'd actually probably lean Bradley over Homa just based on. I'm not going to bet that though. That's not. I like both guys.
So maybe Homa minus 120 over Mito instead. If we have,
I'd rather do that. Definitely rather do that.
Or Guillermo. I'm not sure which one it is. Billy over Justin Rose. Billy minus 114. They're the exact same price.
Rose has been playing some nice golf, which is weird, but I'm pretty sure he's been playing pretty decent.
His putting has been awesome. Or is that just from that one round?
Xander minus 120 over Cantlay. Xander's on an absolute heater.
Yeah.
I know Cantlay played good that week, but I don't know. I wouldn't say I'm jazzed about Cantlay in conditions, if there is some. And Xander's already proven that he could play in pretty much anything, so I don't mind that.
Yeah, we should maybe ride this Xander wave because we've wasted a lot of money on him in the past, so maybe we should try to cash in on him.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Victor Hovland? Do you see the report that he doesn't have his clubs yet?
I did not.
His clubs are supposedly in transit, and but
you can get
Cameron Young minus 103 over a Hovland. Hovland hasn't been playing very well either. And are we sure that he's even going to be on the PGA Tour much longer? So I don't know.
He says he is, but he wouldn't be the first person to say he is and leave. So
right. So I don't really mind. Although we haven't seen Cam Young do anything in these situations. So
no, we haven't.
There's not a lot of good ones, to tell you the truth.
No, there's not.
Homa over Mito. That's the one I'm gonna like. I like that one. Homa.
Yeah, I like that one as well.
Mito. Chris Kirk minus 110 over KH Lee.
Yeah, I don't mind that one either.
I'm gonna write that down.
You can get Herbert over Noren minus 118 on FanDuel.
I'm not going to put too much cards in the old Herbert basket, but it's possible.
Do you want to bet against Alex Noren?
Nope. I don't want to do that either. Some of these are weirdly priced. Billy over Seabez. Billy minus 110. Is Seabez going to play well over here?
I mean, he was a Euro guy. He's a South African, but he played Euro Tour, so I assume he had some experience.
You guys got second at John Deere, too.
Ryan Fox minus 125 over Adrian Meronk. Meronk won last week. That dude's coming back to earth immediately. He's never won shit over there. You get your first dub, you're probably coming back to earth quickly. And Ryan Fox has been like a top 5 machine.
You're saying we fade the win.
That has Scotty absolutely boned me on that earlier this year because I tried to do it like 2 times. But Adrian Meronk is not Scotty Scheffler, for the record.
I don't mind that. Minus 125 is kind of bullcrap for the guy who.
Ryan Fox is way better than Adrian Meronk on a week-to-week basis. Also, like if Meronk would not have won last week, there wouldn't even be a matchup. He'd be minus 160.
All right, I'm doing it. I got too many minuses, but that's okay. I got 3. Fox over Meronk, Kirk over KH Lee, and Homa over Mito. Those are my 3.
Yeah, I'm happy with all 3 of those. I like those.
Margin.
Got to stick with 1 and 2 for me. I know this has been a playoff every year. That just makes me even more stick with 1 and 2. It's not how many tournaments have you had a playoff 4 years in a row?
Wow, I was thinking about going the other way. I was thinking about going playoff in 1.
Well, that's still up to you, but
let me go look at the odds real quick.
Come on, law of averages would say,
or is it
one? This one has 1 as 225 and 2 is 350. Playoff 4 to 1. That's Bet Rivers.
Playoff is 4 and 1 is what?
225.
It's 250 on DraftKings. So
DraftKings is usually always 250 and 350 for 1 and 2.
So they have 350 also, but they have 3 for a playoff. So I'm gonna mix and match. I'm gonna switch up just because I'm a crazy person. Playoff 4-1, 1-stroke margin 250. We're going for the 4-peat, baby.
Hey, you got a cushion in your back pocket. You got the 1-stroke in your back pocket.
Yeah.
1 and done.
So
who do you have available? Let's walk through yours first because we both need to win bad. I'm like within contention. What place are you in?
I'm in like 83rd or something. I need to win.
You need a couple big weeks.
Right. Scheffler, Fitzpatrick, Cam Smith, Morikawa, Hovland, and Fleetwood. Those are my top ones.
So I also still have Scheffler, and I have Zalatoris, Morikawa, Spieth, Vic, Neiman, and Keegan. And then obviously I have a bunch of guys below them, but
you already used Fleetwood?
No. He's below that.
You didn't mention him.
Yeah, because he's not fucking winning.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna bet Victor, so you can take those 2 off, right?
Yeah, and I'm not using Scotty. I'm saving Scotty
for next week.
The
The
whole time I've been thinking Spieth at the Open. I've been saving Spieth. Not saving him, but like that he's been in my mind for the Open Championship. So I'd like to see him show some fucking form this week. It'd be nice. He DQ'd himself by accident yesterday in the JP McManus thing because he scooped a putt, forgetting that there was an individual portion.
How do we feel about Matthew Fitzpatrick?
Yeah. I mean, he's been unbelievable. There's no reason to think he wouldn't do. Didn't he? He was in a playoff last year, right?
Yes, but is he going to take a major win and be like, yeah, I'm going again. I'm going for more.
He's a fucking dweeb. Like that dude's not. Do you think he's been partying for a month? No way. He's been grinding. I wouldn't even consider. That doesn't make. If I had Fitzpatrick, I'd be all over it. Fitzpatrick got me a bunch of money at Valspar. He finished like 3rd, so I'm happy with Fitz. But
so then I have Morikawa and Scheffler to save, pretty much.
I'm gonna have Morikawa, Spieth, and Scheffler. Zalatoris I may use this week. I'm worried that if it's a putting contest, that's not good for him. But if it's also a proximity contest, that dude wins. That's good for him. I'm not using Vic.
I'm going to be so mad if I don't end up using Morikawa, but at the same time.
You're definitely going to use him. We still have like 7 weeks left. We got 2 big-ass playoff events at the end, plus some events. The problem is after the Open, these guys are going to take some time off.
Right. After the Open, it's 3M, Rocket Mortgage, Wyndham. And you only have 2 events after that.
That's true. He may only play like 3 more times.
Right. And then it's St. Jude BMW, which I'm okay with taking him in either one of those 2.
St. Jude is very much a Morikawa course.
Right.
Wait, what course is that at this year?
It's not in Memphis.
I don't know. It moves around. If it's in Memphis, that's definitely a Morikawa spot. Because that's been a JT spot, and they're kind of the same guy.
I don't know. We'll have to look into that further. But
who are you using this week is the question.
I'm going to use Matthew Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, I think that's kind of a no-brainer. He's been playing unbelievable. He's been good here.
I wish I would have played him at the PGA Championship.
Yep.
Or the US Open. The US
yeah, FedEx is at TPC Southwind, so that's definitely a Morikawa spot.
Right, and then you have BMW, which I don't know where that's at, but it's
at Wilmington Country Club in Delaware. I don't know that we have a lot of. I don't know that we know much about that. That could be a Scotty spot for me.
Yeah, we'll have to do some research on that course, but yeah.
Because we get this 3M Rocket Mortgage Wyndham. There'll definitely be some guys at Wyndham trying to position themselves for the playoffs. So you'll get, maybe that's a Vic spot.
Well, we'll be able to take some
or Neiman.
Rocket Mortgage and 3M. So that'll be,
It'd be nice if Vic showed up to one of those. Because he hasn't been playing good.
I don't know. I feel like I'm just kind of out on him. He doesn't seem like he's like, I don't know. He's weird.
I feel like his chipping stuff has gotten in his head and it's kind of affected the rest of his game.
It just doesn't seem like he's like on the up and up.
Let's look at some standings here. I'm going to see who is down low that needs to make some noise here.
On the world golf rankings?
No, in the FedEx. It's like Hatton is 60th. He needs Berger 69th.
This could maybe be an outright week for Hatton. Maybe throw a dart on him. Maybe throw some. He's at 45. Yeah.
Yep, I don't mind Hatton. I forget it's a wraparound season. So like Vic played good in the fall, so he's higher than I thought. I thought maybe he would be in like the 50s, but he's in 19th. He has 4 top 10s. So. I'm trying to think who's going to show up, who's going to pop up at one of these shitty events that we can play, so we don't have to play fucking shitty guys. But
it would be
Neiman. I have Neiman. So if I look down on this list, now I'm sure there's other guys I'm missing that are not playing this week. Neiman, Bradley, Fleetwood, Horschel. I still have Horschel. If he showed up to Wyndham, I'd use him at Wyndham, depending on the field, because he's been good there.
I also have Horschel because I didn't use it. I accidentally didn't use him. And he won off.
I still have Cam Young. Be nice if he could get some form back. I think I'm going with Zalatoris.
Really? Okay. What do we think about it being a putting contest? With
Zalatoris? Where concerns the shit out of me, but his floor is so fucking high that I think
he's another win guy. And we've also seen him make a ton of birdie. I mean, his putting's actually been pretty decent.
He was playing good at the Open last year until he like got dirt in his eye or whatever and had to withdraw. So I don't know. It's tough because I thought about using Spieth and then using Scheffler next week. Man, I'd be stupid not to use Scheffler at the last major probably.
So Zalatoris was pretty much negative in every single tournament on the greens starting in like October of last year, and then gained a bunch at PGA, lost some at Charles Schwab, and then gained again at Memorial, and then gained again at the U.S. Open. So he's actually trending in a really good direction as far as like if he's got it in there, it could like potentially pop or at least give him an opportunity to contend. He's at least not riding some like horrible streak where it's just terrible. The short ones just look bad. If they didn't look that bad, he
makes them now.
Right. It wouldn't be that. It would be just fine. It's just a matter of the visual of you watching him do the little like
Zorro stroke.
Yeah.
So Scheffler finished 12th last year at this event. He could just win this. Like it wouldn't shock me if he just won.
Yeah, I could be talking into using him for one and done because if people are going to save him, what if he just wins and I use him? Like now would be kind of that like other play.
His finishes are still so goddamn good. 13th, 2nd, 18th, 2nd.
I could be talking to using Scotty Scheffler. I don't know.
Yeah.
I got Fitz locked in, but maybe I'll look into.
Wow. Fitz has been played all 3 years of this tournament, 2nd, 14th, 42nd. And his finishes, he has 4 top 10s in his last 5 starts.
He got top 10 at the Open last year too.
Yeah. Fitz is a no-brainer for me, I think. What's his ownership percentage? How many people have him left? Because he's going to be high owned probably. 38% available. He's 38% available. So he's going to be used relatively heavily, I guess.
The guy in first has 3 wins. So, I mean, you're going to have to really do some.
We got some ground to make up.
Yeah. Because
Scheffler is still 31% available. He's the highest of all those top guys.
So maybe he will be pretty popular.
Yeah. Morikawa is still 39% available.
I hope he plays really well, so then I'll just use him next week, and then it'd be great. Like, this would be perfect for me. If he gets, like, 5th, and then I use him next week and he wins.
What is Spieth's form?
Good besides the prior. Besides he missed the cut at wherever, Charles or whatever. But he was good before.
I could be talking to Spieth this week, too.
Right, he was good. I'm going to bet him, so I agree that.
Maybe I go Spieth, Scheffler the next 2 weeks, and then I still have Morikawa and Zalatoris. Maybe Zalatoris will show up to one of those shitty fields and just kind of whoop up on people.
You get lucky if you could get him at one of those bombers courses.
You give me a Rocket Mortgage where he can just nuke it all over and hit wedges straight at the flag. Sign me up for that. Unfortunately, he has no reason to do that. He has 8 top 10s this season. He is firmly in the top 10 of the FedEx Cup.
I'm saving Scheffler for next week. Fitz for this week. Lock it in.
Yep, I think I'm gonna. It's gonna be between Spieth and Zalatoris, and I hope to God I pick the right one.
Good luck.
I don't think F1's off this week, right?
Yeah, we just went back to back, so probably.
Yeah, they just went back to back, so I assume they're off.
Fun race, though.
Yeah, interesting race. It was cool to see not the same exact thing every time.
Wait, is this weekend the 8th? Yeah, so we are racing. We're racing in Austria, which is the Red Bull course.
Oh, shit.
Or the Red Bull track. Sorry, not course.
That looks like 8 a.m. our time race.
Sunday, yeah.
Yeah.
But it makes you
it's a sprint week.
Interesting. I mean, Max is out. I'm not sure how you can't bet him if you're going to. He definitely won here last year, I think. So,
yeah.
All our testing here.
Yeah.
But watching last week's race, and I didn't get to see it because I was traveling in the moment, but I went back and watched a lot of it last night or the night before that. But it makes you want to have those wider, fast corner, room where they can move back and forth and they're not hitting barriers all the time.
Yeah.
Tracks. It's so much more entertaining. Holy crap.
Yeah, it was a good race to watch. It was a weird race because obviously immediately you start the beginning and have a bad wreck and huge delay. And then you start again and Perez gets his front wing fucked up. Leclerc's front wing gets fucked up. And the positions are all strange. And then Verstappen runs over something on the track and fucks up his right downforce, and he just immediately falls to the back. Right. And it's like, Leclerc's still fast as shit with a broken front wing and going to win. And then caution flies, and it's just like, wow, you're fucked. And
yeah, Ferrari can't get out of their own way, and it's just a reoccurring.
Leclerc should be – I know he should not be winning the points, but he should definitely be second. He made this stupid – he hit the curb at the one track and wrecked and finished 7th. Should have finished second there. He had the car blow up when he was clearly going to win. He got fucked at Monaco. He should have won Monaco. There's no reason he shouldn't have won. And then that was a team thing. And this is a team thing too. If he pits, he wins. Yeah,
I saw a graphic yesterday. It was them Ferrari versus Mercedes last 5 races, and they were apart by like 1 point of the team point. So, which is crazy. I don't know. I mean, I think it says more about Ferrari's mishaps than it does about Mercedes.
Yes, because when they're on the track together racing, they're not in the same.
Right, and even Russell didn't even finish. So like that was a one race where the Mercedes didn't even get both cars. And I know Lewis had, he had like the double, split overtake, which was unbelievable. But at the same time, it's not like he's been going crazy. He only has 2 podiums.
And backdoor ass podiums.
Right, they're all kind of a little wonky.
He tried the overcut this week. He was out in front of those guys on the first set of pits after Verstappen had the thing, but it didn't work. He got lucky to finish 3rd.
Yeah, so I would maybe stay away. I'm not even gonna really look at the odds because I'm not gonna bet Verstappen.
I assume Max is a monster favorite.
Whatever number it is. And I know that I always say it.
Minus 110, Max.
Yeah, so that's not very great. Although that's not terrible. But
Leclerc plus 220 is interesting. He's kind of due for a normal fucking race.
Right. I know I always say the chaos is coming, the chaos is coming, the chaos is coming.
It was kind of last week a bit.
Right. This weekend is not the chaos. I would stay away from that.
Yeah. And you even if Max qualifies second, he gets to run a sprint race to get the pole anyways. So it's Leclerc's definitely had the advantage in qualifying, but I don't really know that matters this week.
Don't matter at all.
Well, I think that's it.
Gun to your head, where does Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving playing next season?
Durant is. I'll start with Kyrie. Kyrie's on the Lakers because that's the only team that wants him, and I think eventually they'll just take the picks from the Lakers. And Durant is. I think he's on the Suns because he wants to be there. They'd like to have him, and they can put together a package that eventually will look okay after they've scoured the league. But I don't feel good about that. I think he could. I would say the second is still on the Nets.
Yeah, I think the Nets would probably be my favorite, just based off of why in the world would we trade Kevin Durant. But it has to go through your mind at some point. The Kyrie thing is so weird because the Lakers are in this weird situation where they also have a player they don't want who gets paid a lot of money and like has a huge role on the team. So it's like,
but at least he'll play games. Like he's going to show up and play actual basketball games.
Swap him for a guy that we think at least LeBron could like convince to be a team guy. Like maybe, obviously, because it clearly didn't work with Russell. Like that has pretty much no hope. If honestly, might have 0% hope going out into the season. So that one kind of does make sense. It just seems that if you trade Kevin Durant and you get DeAndre Ayton back, doesn't it seem to you like you just got absolutely boned?
Well, yeah, no matter what, there's no trade they're not going to get fucked. They're getting fucked no matter what. 100% you're not getting back what he's worth. You can't. He's Kevin Durant. There's like 5 guys that it's worth it. But,
right,
if he wants out and he's not going to play games, what choice do you have? It's one of those things. You look at it and you take the best offer.
What I would call role in all this? Is Ben Simmons on the team? Like, is he playing?
I think so. He's been working out. He's posting on Instagram.
Oh, what a weird situation. I don't know. I hope Miami gets in the mix. I hope Tyler Hero can get turned into Kevin Durant. That would make me really happy.
What would you rather have? Hero Robinson and 3 picks, or Mikal Bridges, 8 and then like 5 picks?
Yeah, you would take.
That's not even close
for sure. Yeah, but you never know.
I don't think Miami can get it done because Hero is not. Hero's good, but he's not as good. He's not good enough to headline a Durant trade.
Yeah, I just have to hope the Suns, for some reason, can't get it done, and then Durant just says, "I'm not playing," and then they just get forced into Pat Riley making them give us Kevin Durant, which would be awesome. But it doesn't seem very likely.
I would call New Orleans and be like, Zion, and when they say no to Zion, I'd be like, all right, Brandon Ingram and Herb Jones and every pick that you have that you can give me, and be like, and then you look and you're like, all right, well, since we don't have our own picks, we've got Simmons and Ingram and Westbrook. We can win 38 games and not just bleed top 5 picks to the Rockets.
Right. Yeah, that's interesting.
The problem is Durant, he's gonna be like, you trade me there, I'm just gonna make them trade me. Like, I don't want to play for fucking Pelicans. That team would be pretty good. I mean, him and Zion and McCollum and
that team would be pretty good as long as obviously if Zion's healthy.
Denver has to be kicking themselves because if Michael Porter looked good last year, and you call him up and you say, all right, Porter, salary, whatever picks we have, call it in, and Jokic, Durant, and Murray is a fucking juggernaut.
Well, I mean, you can
still try, but Porter's injury thing is just so bad. Whereas, like, if he had like a good year last year, it'd be like, oh fuck, they're in the driver's seat type of thing. But
yeah, it'll be interesting. I don't know. I don't like it as far as like being a spectator of Kevin Durant's. I think it just obviously shows a little bit of just like take the easy way out type vibe to me. Bring in your friends, get the coach fired, then demand a trade, and then just try to screw the entire organization. Well, we'll see how it plays out. Kevin Durant getting traded should not be taken lightly. He's honestly one of the best offensive players in the history of basketball, so that would be big time. Yeah.
It's just weird. I think it's gonna drag out for a while because the trade's gonna be so complicated that I don't see it happening in the foreseeable future. I guess the question is, if you're the Nets, do you wait on a Kyrie trade to see what the Durant trade looks like in case you want to try to keep Kyrie, I guess. But I still think he's going to end up on the Lakers just because they want him, and if you can just get a pick for a person who you have no idea if their brain's going to work on a day-to-day basis, you should probably just do it.
Which
like
is
the
crazy.
dude could just take a week off for no reason. So,
which is crazy. He was
and for the Lakers, it's like, what the hell? Like flipping Westbrook for him is such a bonus if he plays good. That
yeah, we'll keep you updated. We'll kind of go from there and then check back in because there's been some interesting deals. So maybe we'll do like a little bit of a recap once more of these things get.
Yeah, and then we'll do a preview pod coming up in the fall. Kill some futures.
Love it.
All right. Well, set your alarm clock super early. Make sure you get your picks in early Wednesday night because they will be teeing off. I think it's like midnight our time. I'm not positive, but it's either 1 a.m. or something like that for Scotch. So, and if you bet Barbasol, please God do not bet Mark Hubbard at 16-1.
Wait, you're saying midnight Wednesday night?
Yeah, that'll be Thursday morning over there.
Right. Not midnight tonight, right?
No, yeah.
Yes, 1:15.
1:50. Yeah, that makes sense because I think it's like a 6-hour difference.
Yeah, 1:15 a.m. or 1:25 a.m. Sorry, that's the start time.
That's when Ian Poulter and Brandon Grace get to go off in a twosome. All right. Well, that'll be it. Our cards will be out, and good luck.
See ya.